Hi there, I'm Dr. Yusuf Noor from Shafii Academy. Today, I would like to teach you the second lesson of how to find the equation of a straight line. So let's start. The learning objectives are recognize parallel lines and be able to write the equation of a parallel line. As you have learned it before, or as you have seen before, this shape is a simple rectangle. It's a very simple rectangle. And one of the properties of the rectangle was that it has got pairs of parallel sides. So the opposite sides are parallel. So this side and this side are parallel, and this side and this side are parallel. How do we know? Well, we can look in two different angles. We can say, for example, this line and this line never meet. They never come together. We can also say the distance between them is the same. That distance stays the same. So it doesn't increase or decrease, but the distance between the two lines are always same. Same applies to those two. This is another shape. This shape has got a parallel lines. Yes, it has got a parallel lines. So this top one and this are parallel, and this is a parallel. And the name of this shape is parallelogram. What about here? Obviously, that top one and that bottom one are parallel. What about those two sides, this side and this side? No, as you see already, the distance gets less and less. And if you extend it and carry on, the two lines will meet somewhere there. So they are not parallel lines. And from geometric point of view, parallel lines never meet. The distance between parallel lines stays the same. Okay? Now, since we are learning algebra, and let us see what parallel lines mean in algebra. So I got here two lines. Well, are they parallel? Let's see if the distance stays the same. For example, if I move from there, I need to take 4 steps to reach the blue line. And if I start from here, I need to take 4 steps to reach it. So those two lines are parallel simply because the distance between them stays the same. Now, to investigate what relationship they got algebraically, we need to find the equation of this line, and we need to find the equation of this line, and we need to compare them. We have learned how to find the equation of a line in the last lesson, so let's do that. We need two numbers to be able to write down the equation. You still remember what two numbers they were? Now, intercept and the gradient. Okay, so if we start with the red line, we can simply say the intercept of the red line is 3. And the gradient of the red line is, look, if you take 1 step horizontal, you need to take 2 steps up to get the graph. 1 step, 2 steps up. 1 step, 2 steps up. So the gradient is 2. Since we got the intercept and the gradient, we can write down that the equation is y equals 2x plus 3. Okay, that's what we have seen. What about the blue line? Let us find the equation of the blue line as well. So the equation of the blue line will be, what's the intercept? The intercept of the blue line is here, which is minus 5. That's the intercept. What about the gradient of the blue line? Now, the gradient is 1 step, 2 steps up. 1 step, 2 steps up. 1 step, 2 steps up. So the gradient is 2. What's the equation here? Y equals the gradient x minus 5. So that's the equation of this blue line. And that's the equation of the red line. Do they got the same intercept? No, this one has got an intercept of 3, and this has got an intercept of minus 5. Do they got the same gradient? Yes, they got the same gradient. Both of them, they got 2. Parallel lines have same gradient. So M1 and M2 is the same. That is the algebraic relationship between two parallel lines, and it applies all parallel lines. It applies all parallel lines. All parallel lines, they got the same gradient. Fine. I got here some work to do, some questions to finish it. All what you need to do is you need to match the parallel pairs. So from this side and this side, they are parallel pairs. You can stop the video and try. Fine. I think you have tried. So let's do it together. Let us start from here. X plus 1. The gradient of this one is 1. Is there anyone which has got the gradient of 1? Yes, that one has got gradient of 1. X, the gradient of 1. The intercept can be different as we have seen. Okay. Do we got anyone with a gradient of 2? This one has got gradient of 2. So here we got 2x, and here we got 2x. So those two are parallel. Those two are parallel simply because you got minus 3x, the two gradients are exactly the same. Those two are parallel for the same reason, because the gradient of this one is minus 1 and the gradient of this one is minus 1. Now to be able to find the gradient of this one, we need to rearrange this equation a little bit. So we can write down this y, and if we take y, let's take y to the other side. So forget about this. So let's keep 3x here, keep 3x here, minus 8, bring 8 this side, and y there. So that's where you end up. Y equals 3x minus 8. And that has got 3x, and it got a gradient of 3. This one we don't have a choice, we need to expand it. Okay, so that equals to y is 6x minus 4. We get exactly this. Look, they are same. So 6x, and this last one, this has got a gradient of minus 2. Does this has got a gradient of minus 2? Let's solve it for y. So if we solve it for y, we got y equals 10x, take to the other side and divide by 5. So this way you end up, by the way. This way you end up. Let me explain why. When you take 10x to the other side, they become minus 10x. Then you need to divide that 5 on both sides. So 5y divided by 5 gives you y. Minus 10x divided by 5 gives you minus 2. And 15 divided by 5 gives you. So this has got a gradient of minus 2 as well. So those two are parallel. This is how you recognize parallel pairs. It's very important. How we're going to use the information that we have learned now, which says parallel lines have got the same gradient. Now here I got two lines, a red line, there's a y there. So here it says y equals to, y equals to 3x plus 5. Now the question is find the equation of the blue line. Now those two lines are parallel. That's the information given. So if that's the case, M1 is what? Is 3. And what about M2? M2 is 3. Why? Because parallel lines, they got the same gradient. So let me write down here again. So M1 is 3 and M2 is 3. That's what we got. Now, to be able to get the equation of this line, what other number do we need? We need the intercept. Okay, if you float this line, that's where it actually crosses y-axis. The intercept is minus 4. So the whole equation will be 3x minus 4. Minus 4 is the intercept. 3 is the gradient. And where do we got the gradient from? We got from the red line, because the red line and the blue line are parallel. Their gradients must be same. M1 must be same as M2. Fine. I got here a question for you to try. It says find the equation of the line that's parallel to the line y equals 2x minus 5 and goes through the point 0,4. Stop the video and try it. Okay, let's do it together. First thing, equation which is parallel to. That's very important. Because they are parallel, we're going to say M1 is 2. So the gradient of the line which I'm trying to find is also 2, simply because they are parallel. And we need now the intercept, and the intercept is 4, because 0, 4, if x is 0, that's the y-intercept. So we end up an equation which is 2x plus 4. Okay. So parallel lines have the same gradient, that's the rule. This is another one. Find the equation of the line which is parallel to the line y equals 3x and goes through the point 2 and 7. First thing first, parallel lines, they got the same gradient. M1 is minus 3. Automatically, M2 is minus 3. M1 is minus 3, M2 is minus 3. Fine. Now, let's write down the equation and fill what we got. So we got y equals 2 minus 3x plus c. Do we know the intercept? No, we don't know. Is there other information we can use it? Yes, we haven't used this information here, 2 and 7. Okay, let's use it. Let's fill and y substitute with 7 and x substitute with 2. So we got this now. 7 equals 2 minus 3 times 2 plus c. And that's 7 plus 6 equals c. That is 13 equals c. Now we know c, we know m, so we can put them together to get our equation. This is how you find the equation of parallel lines, okay? The main thing is that parallel lines have got the same gradient. So if the question asks you, find the equation of this line, which is parallel with that line, the first thing you need to know is that you already know the gradient, and all what's left for you is to find the intercept. Okay? I think that is for today, and that's all about finding the equation of a parallel line. I hope you enjoy. There's a worksheet that goes with this. Make sure that you complete it and use the answer sheet to mark your work. And see you in another interesting lesson. Thank you very much.